trying something out.
I am sometimes organized. So right there, I'm gonna grab that saw and let me show that to you.
What? No.
Trying a little project here, or test. Find a place to put my coffee. Daisy's napping with her little baby right there. Hey, sweetie. Haley's over there as usual. So this is the deal. This is my Gear 360 that I got with my Note 8. Affixed onto a Polar Pro gimbal mount protector, and I threw my Night Core tether on the camera itself just in case, and I wrapped it around, and seems like everything's fine as far as the gimbal's operation and it being out of the way, so we'll see how this works out. Balance wise, I think it might be fine. I might push it a touch forward because when you look down, the vision sensors might have a little bit of an issue with the lens, so we'll see. I might just push it that way. But what I want to do first is I want to turn the drone on and let the gimbal camera and everything do its thing, and then maybe slide that forward and see how it goes. Seems fine. Seems like I'll be able to push that forward. Oh, memory card's in there, yep. So, looks good. Camera's flipping out because I moved it. That's alright. Let it do its thing. Cool. I think that's going to be fine. It was at this moment that I knew something was wrong. So you can't see, obviously, off camera what I can see, but the drone just kept on going sky high. So I just grabbed the remote real quick and pulled down on the stick, and I'm fighting with it. And I don't know if you can actually hear it through the voiceover, but it finally decides to descend. So I'm trying to figure out if I should just leave it, if it'll auto adjust or something. I'm just checking, obviously the screen, see if I can see anything, but it just keeps wanting to ascend. So I'm just fighting with it, trying to bring it down, trying to adjust it, trying to move it forward, back, see if there's something I can do to correct it, but nothing's working. It just kept wanting to take off. So I just bring it down a little bit, and I finally give up, and I do grab it to, because I realize that this just isn't working. Alright, so I didn't particularly care for that. So what it was doing was, I believe the vision sensors right here, they're actually seeing the camera, so I'm going to slide it forward a little bit more, see if I can get it more underneath to where it's not going to affect the gimbal. Bumping the trigger. Alright, so it looks like it's not going to be a problem. See? You can see that. So we'll check it out. I may have to change that mount that I've got and put just a regular screw. Alright, so in my mind that was pretty much a fail. The sensors, I'm assuming, kept on seeing the back side of the camera, so that's why I kept on trying to elevate. And it was a little bit of a fight to get it back down, and it didn't want to hover in place because, again, I'm thinking that the sensors kept seeing it and wanting to, lift it up. So took the mount off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use this right here. It's from a company, Small Rig, and shoes. And the reason is kind of going to be like a washer in place of this mount right here. And then obviously it's got the 1/4 20 screws that are Allen keyed. So let's get that on. And I just usually always keep this cover on to keep the lens from getting scratched up. So all I have to do is basically just twist this off. I wasn't really catching many threads anyway, so that's why I had the tether on. You can see right there, really wasn't, that many threads on there grabbing. So unscrew this. And all this is the, how do you read that? This way. Polar Pro. And then where the R was for Polar, basically just took this knife right here and reamed out that section of the R, which allowed that 1/4 20 thread to come through. So the only thing that I can potentially see is that this screw, it's actually not gonna be deep enough, because once I throw that Polar Pro on there, you can see it's like literally, a thread. So that's not gonna work. So, the junk drawer. Right here. So that's gonna work. So there's a 1/4 20 thread right there, pretty sure. And it's Phillips. Grab a couple screwdrivers. Now you can see the difference between these two as far as reveal for how many threads are sticking through, and that's going to be perfect. You can see that right there. And then an easy check is you just take the threads and you line them up, and you can tell. Give it a quick little spin in. Make sure it's the right, yep, look at that. Perfect. And then just basically just lining it up. So I'm just going to have it so that it shows Small Rig. Because I think it looks cool. Tighten that up nice. That looks pretty good. Very, very, very slightly offset forward, which may be a slight benefit. If you can see that. It's slightly forward that way. So that means it'll just mount the camera slightly forward, but it doesn't really matter because of the way you can move this bracket fore and aft. Go ahead and screw the camera on. Give it a nice crank. You can hear Daisy wine bagging. So you can see that the camera is slightly offset to it, which that's fine. Just want to get that camera turned just a bit more, because it's just the way I like to keep turning that thing on. So that looks pretty good. When you line of sight that now, I mean, that's how I like things to be. Now just to figure out, throwing it on the bottom of the drone. And what it is obviously it's those sensors. right there that I don't want to be in the way of when I'm mounting that Polar Pro mount. So let's check it out. So one thing I want to do, I keep forgetting which way is forward on this camera. So I'm going to stop this for a sec.
Meanwhile,
Daisy, is that really too far for you to jump? Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on down. Daisy, come. Come on, Daisy. Do you want a cookie? Come on. If I get a cookie, will you come down? All right. Let's see. If I leave this here. What, you gonna have an episode? Get a cookie. Oh, you did it. Oh, so you hear the cookie noise. I get you. So,
That's all that matters.
you get the cookie noise. Yep, that's right. Yeah, okay, fine, yeah, come on. Good boy. And you get 2. Good girl. So what it is she hears the cookie noise out back in the laundry room where the cookies are, in that little cookie jar. And all of a sudden, she can jump off of the, let's see. Okay, I think she's coming. Yeah, you know that noise, don't you? Oh yeah, so that's a riot. So because she can hear the clasp that's on this, which is a spaghetti container, but we use it for the dog's bones and cookies and whatever you want to call them. But she knows that noise. So she can't move or do anything, jump, whatever, until you leave the room and then she hears that noise and magically then she's got bravery.
meanwhile,
So now I'm going to go ahead and install this super cool small rig camera with the Samsung 360 camera. And I'm going to tether, let's see which way. I am going to tether to the leg the whole mount and camera, just in case. Because I do not want to lose this thing. Alright, so you're going that way. So yeah, this should definitely work better than how I originally had it. Get it right out of the way of the vision sensors. Hopefully, if I have it there. Let's see, is that gonna work? I think so. Yeah. So you can see how it's lined up now. It still might be a little bit in the way, but I can still slide that forward. So far what I can see is that doing it like that, sliding it forward, hopefully the camera will be out of the way of them sensors. Because I didn't like that. Kind of gave me like the feeling of almost like a flyaway. So, and I don't want that to happen. Now I pretty much think this is going to be all set. I don't know if I should wrap that. I think I should wrap that. I don't know. Might be alright. See. Should be alright. I hope. Well, let's turn it on. Let the camera do its thing. fine. So now what I need to do is grab maybe a cup or something. It looks like it's still doing some alignment. And I keep shaking it. That looks like it's alright. So now the curiosity will be, let's grab a cup. The only reason why I'm grabbing a cup is so I can place it like that and let go of it. So there's your dual camera. Might be the glass throwing me off, I can't tell. But anyways, that should work out. I just gotta, I might see if I can 3D print up some legs, some long extension legs, to make it so that I actually can land with that camera still attached. But here's the Phantom 4 Advanced, all set up with the 360 camera, and I'm gonna go try it, take it for a flight. So you can see it does have a little bit of shake to it, but I'm hoping that, I think that 360 camera does have image stabilization. So right now we're up at 110 feet, and I'm really interested to see what this footage looks like. So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to fly it over some trees right now and check and see what that looks like. And it's got the 360 camera on it, so I'm trying to focus on it. It's kind of tough. It is working. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch the view to the 360 camera and check that out. Yes, absolutely friendly. More scared than anyone. Daisy. She's 17 weeks.
Oh my goodness, she's a good size.
It's a little puppy. It's a little puppy.
It's a puppy like you.
Yeah.
It's a puppy like you, honey.
We actually just lost our chocolate lab. We had him for 14 years though, so it was a good life. Very good life.
We've got a 14-year-old at home.
That
Yeah.
is so cute. Oh my goodness.
Be nice.
Oh, too much Paul. Too much Paul.
What's her name?
Sadie.
Sadie and Daisy.
Baby. Cute.
Good girl.
She's been so anxious
Such a
to
good
say hello
girl.
to dogs and people, and now
Yeah.
wants to say hello.
Yeah. No, I'm totally about socialization.
Yeah, I think they need to get out.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Places like this where there's lots of people. And
You're sitting on
things.
my device. Come on, you can do it. Come on down. Daisy, come. Come on, Daisy. Do you want a cookie? She's watching herself on the monitor. If I get a cookie, will you come down? Alright, let's see. If I leave this here. Aren't you gonna have an episode? Get a cookie. Oh, you did it. Oh, so you hear the cookie noise.